How many songs have you released that have less than 1,000 streams? What's up, geniuses? My name is Adriel Rivera, and welcome back to the channel where you learn to show your genius. I've gotten to a point in my music career where every new song I release gets a minimum of a few thousand streams. But for a majority of independent artists just starting out, it's more likely that all of the songs you put out there are at that dreaded less than 1,000 streams mark. And that's okay. Before I share any tips in this video, I want to remind you that building an audience takes time, consistency, and sometimes even money if you're willing to put it in. Regardless of how you decide to promote your music, you're gonna need patience because songs don't blow up overnight. I've been releasing music for 6 years and only now have I figured out what works for me. And what does work for me is having a plan before releasing a new song, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So the first step in this 1,000 stream song plan is to have good quality music. Sorry, I know it seems like a no-brainer, but sometimes we think we make good music when in actuality we just make alright music. I remember when I first started back in 2016, I thought I made radio quality music, only to look back at those songs now and realize they were mixed and produced terribly. I'm not saying to give up on self-producing because I didn't, and now my songs are very well mixed, mastered, and produced, but it took years of practice to get here. What I am saying is to be realistic with your expectations. Get some feedback from people you trust to see if your song is actually good. If it is, awesome, we can move forward. If not, we're still gonna move forward. Unless you want to pay an engineer to professionally mix and master your song, which is completely fine by the way, it's gonna take time to get to a point where your mixing and mastering quality is good. So instead of waiting until that day, just release what you have and improve as you go. In my opinion, it's always better to start out now than later. Now that you have your song, you need to understand Spotify algorithmic boosting, because this is the driving force that'll get your music in front of a new audience and help you get that first 1,000 streams. Just like any social media platform, Spotify has an algorithm to help you recommend your music to people who haven't heard your music yet. I've been able to generate well over 300,000 streams across my catalog through algorithmic recommendations, and you can too by having good quality data. I have multiple videos talking about the Spotify algorithm, which I'll link at the end of this video, but to summarize, in order to get recommended in Spotify's algorithm, you need to have good quality data for the algorithm to identify your song as a good song. People engage with the song by adding it to their playlist, listening to the song multiple times, sharing it with other people, and following you on Spotify. That all results in good quality data. So how can we get people to engage with your song? Make them care about it. The best way to do that is by creating content around your song. You might hear marketers talk about posting the cover art one day, a snippet of the song the next day, and the music video on the day of the release with "out now" in the caption, but unfortunately, this doesn't get people to care about the song. Don't get me wrong, if you have it, you should definitely post that stuff, but to get people to actually care about your song, they need to invest in it in some way, or else you're just advertising to them. For example, have you ever gone to a grocery store to pick up something only to walk out with more than what you came for because you thought to yourself, well, I'm here anyway, might as well pick up other stuff? When you create content with the intent to get people involved, they will more likely take the time to stream your song because they've already invested their energy into learning about your song in the first place. The type of content that gets people invested is content that drives a narrative. So, behind the scenes videos, breakdown videos talking about how the song was created, videos of you in the studio making the song, content like this is driving a narrative which will get more people to actually care about your song. Once you know the type of content you want to make, schedule it out for the next few weeks. Every other weekday, you should try to have something to post about the song that takes people further into this narrative that you've created. Lastly, if you can afford it, spend some money on marketing. This can be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok ads, or something like Submit Hub, where you can send your song to playlist curators on Spotify. Either way, putting a budget towards marketing will help get your music in front of a new audience, which can drastically increase your chances of getting pushed in Spotify's algorithm and help you get those first 1,000 streams. I like using Facebook and Instagram ads because Facebook's targeting is really good at finding the people who will best resonate with your song. And remember, good quality data is created by people who engage with your song the most. I spent $200 on an ad campaign for my song So Close back in January 2021, and that song now has almost 1 million streams today. However, ads are not the make or break of your music career. Although they help a ton, remember that a dedicated and engaged audience is crucial to be a successful artist. If you want to learn more about Spotify's algorithm, check out this playlist right here. Show your genius.